Hi Capricorn, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your June 2025 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, the Celtic crossbread as always, and I also pulled the 4 agreements and wisdom oracle card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, we have Aquarius. And for you guys, Aquarius is your second house of possessions, self-worth, and finances. And we do have Pluto there retrograde currently. Alright, we have the North Node. The North Node is currently in Pisces, which is your third house of communications, short journeys, and siblings. And we have 12. So 12th house energy for you guys is Sagittarius, and there will actually be a full moon in Sagittarius around the 11th of June, and 12th house in general points to spirituality, blind spots, and mental health. So we'll keep all that in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Strength card, Leo energy. And challenging that, we have the 10 of Cups, Pisces energy. So Pisces energy being your third house of communication, and we talked about how the North Node was there. This could just be saying that you might be learning some karmic lessons around communication throughout that journey. And to see the Strength card here, if this is a challenge, what I'm getting to me is that I feel like what this is saying is that you guys are holding back from expressing a desire of yours. So, chances are, especially given that the card's in the upright, you probably have good intentions behind doing so, but at the same time, it could just be blocking you from your ultimate happiness. All right, in the foundation position, we have the 9 of Cups. So this is more Pisces energy here. So at the very least, it tells me that, well, maybe part of why you are a little bit comfortable doing that is because you might feel like, well, you know what, I have quite a bit already, right? So it'll just be one of those things where you might feel like, oh, it might be overkill to ask for more, right? You might feel like, oh, I have enough good life as it is. So, well, yeah, maybe I might ultimately want that. It's not really a need of mine. So, maybe you're just looking at the climate of things around the world, right? And you're like, okay, maybe this wouldn't be the ideal time for ask for more when there's just room to be grateful for what you already have. But again, I feel like this is saying that you are holding yourself back from that in some way. Right. In the past position, we have Judgment. So we did have that full moon in Scorpio recently, so I feel like that for some of you, this might have been when this energy came back around for you. But yeah, this could be one of those things where this could have been something that was lying dormant for a while, right? So maybe you almost forgotten about this desire, and maybe it came back up to the surface for you recently. But there's a part of you that's like, okay, should I pursue that or should I leave it be? In the present position, we have the Hanged Man. So yeah, so for me, this is that a lot of you probably are trying to look at the spiritual meaning behind why is this coming back up now, right? So like I said, for a lot of you, this is something that more than likely at one point you wanted, might have just, tossed that thought aside, right? Again, like I said, it seems like, yeah, overall you still seem to have a pretty good set of circumstances going for you, but now this thing's come back up to the surface and you could just be trying to figure out what the lesson is in that. In the near future position, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So this is actually the court card for your sign. So yeah, it could just be one of those things where, even if we look at the facial expression there, it looks like there's just a bit of a longing, right? So looking down at the pentacle. So yeah, I feel like there's this, again, I feel like you're just at this point in your life where you're reevaluating where you are and where you want to go ultimately, right? And like I said, I feel like there is a part of you that's very happy with what you have, but it's just not quite everything, right? And I feel like there is that part of you that knows that you could have the rest of what you want, but again, you just might feel maybe some form of guilt around going out and asking for it. position of your influence in a situation, we have the Empress. So this could be another way it's playing out, right? Which is to say, it's not necessarily a matter of guilt or you just not expressing something, but maybe it's more so saying that, well, what you do want is within your reach, but it's going to require some effort on your part to get it, right? So what I mean by that is the Empress energy can at times just say, oh, I'm just going to stay open and receptive to things, but not pursue them at all themselves, right? So it could just be saying, all right, maybe staying in that energy has gotten you to a Nine of Cups, which is still really good, right? But if you ultimately want that 10 of Cups, it could just be saying there might need to be effort on your part to get there. And for some of you, like I said, it could just be as simple as expressing what you do want. In the environment position, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is actually Virgo energy here. And all right, so let me, even though there's plenty of Pentacle energy here, given that we have the Ten of Cups, and this might be an easier example to explain how I'm feeling the energy coming across, is let's say you're in a committed relationship with someone, right? And things are going well overall, but ultimately you'd like to be married, right? But they haven't proposed yet or something along those lines. And you're just trying to stay patient, like, okay, you know what, eventually it'll happen, even though I really want this. I'd almost feel guilty asking them, right? So it could just be one of those things where you're holding yourself back in that regard. And, this is saying that you could probably have it, but you just have to be a little more proactive, right? So even if not outright asking them, because I get it, right? Then that can make it weird. But it's one of those things where it's like, well, I feel like you're being called to just put a little bit more effort toward that goal yourself, as opposed to just waiting for it to come to you. Again, I don't feel for the majority of you it is necessarily a romantic relationship dynamic, but could be. And so I figured that'd be one way we could explain how those energies are playing out. But yeah, I feel like this is ultimately saying that that goal will come your way. It just could be a slow moving one. So yeah, you could expedite the process, I'm sure, by actually taking action. But if not, you could at least take comfort in knowing that, okay, eventually it will come your way. Just might take longer than you would like. In the hopes or fears position, we have the High Priestess. So yeah, so a lot of you, this could be a hope, right? Where you're hoping that intuitively you're making the right decision, right? Whatever you do decide to do, wherever you decide, okay, you know what, I'm going to be more proactive and step forward, or okay, I'm just going to wait it out, eventually it'll come my way. You're just hoping that the intuitive decision you make there is going to be the right one. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Eight of Cups. Excuse me. So for some of you, this could ultimately just be saying that you might decide to walk away from a situation, right? And maybe ultimately for the realization that you're like, okay, while this situation is pretty good, it's never going to get me to the Ten of Cups that I'm ultimately going for. So, okay, maybe I need to walk away and experience that setback, right? Step down from the 9 to the 8. But in the long run, it could eventually get me the 10 of Cups that I'm ultimately seeking. Bottom of the deck, we have the World. So usually I view this as North Node energy, and it's interesting that it actually came out with the North Node also coming up with the dice. So yeah, to me this is saying that ultimately, like I said, it seems to be a theme that you guys are facing right now when it comes to communication. So, and that does fit with the theme of having the North Node in your third house. All right, and from the Four Agreements deck, we have always do your best. And it says take action without expecting reward. All right, it says do your best and take action because you love it, not because you expect a reward. When you take action without expecting a reward, you enjoy every action, and you can even receive greater rewards than you imagined. So, definitely an interesting message there, right? And then it could just be a matter of intention, right? Now, like I said, with the Strength card there, I feel like you do have the right intention around the approach you're taking, but it just could require a little bit more from you on a proactive end. So maybe you're just holding yourself back a little bit too much. All right. And from the Wisdom Oracle, we have flexible. There's the artwork, and the number is 19. Let's see what this has to say. All right. Essential meanings says teachability, open-mindedness, being adaptable without compromising what's most important. The Oracle's message. A tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane, whereas a rigid structure like a building will come crashing down. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure when everything around it may be in shambles. This is how you need to be now, willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. Stay curious, stay open, stay aware. At this time, others will be more flexible with you too. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there around flexibility, right? And so I could somewhat see how that ties into the main spread as well. So hope it resonated for you guys. The relationship message says in every relationship, it's important to be open to new experiences and learning new things. Letting go of rigidity is what's required right now. You don't always have to be right all the time, do you? It's okay to come to a happy compromise. You can still get your needs met. It's a beautiful day when you meet halfway. The appearance of this card on a reading could also signal that you have met someone who may not be your type, but who will turn out to be so special that you can easily release your old idea about what sort of partner is right for you. Be flexible. You'll be happy you made that choice. So, definitely an interesting message there, right? Because that could be another way where you might be asked to step out of your comfort zone a little bit. So, hope it resonated as well. And the prosperity message says, even when you have a clear vision of how you're going to manifest something, what it will look like, who will share in it, and what will then be available to you, you still need to relax and open up to other possibilities. Spirit may have much better plans for you. Could be a job you hadn't thought of, a new source of money, or some other opportunity that eluded your imagination. Be flexible and remind yourself, this, or something better, manifests for me now. Then be willing to bend a little. Enjoy the miraculous results. So yeah, definitely a positive message there as well. And again, like I said, even in that context too, seeing that 9 of Cups in the foundation tells me you're close to where you need to be anyway. But like I said, it just seems like there's a minor tweak that you would need to make. Like I said, in some way it seems to involve communicating what those desires and needs are. But it looks like it can actually get you moving in the right direction. So, hope it resonated for you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.